So how many sales do you really want to make? Well, if every sale takes 45, 50 hours to make, how many sales can you really generate in that time frame over the course of a year? How many hours are you willing to work? All those things really come into play. Long story short is an anecdotal story that I lived through was when I thought I was a hotshot real estate agent and I was selling what I thought to be a ton of real estate, more than anybody in my brokerage. I was the number one guy for a couple of years going. And more than anybody I knew, even outside that brokerage. And I was feeling pretty good about myself. And then I found someone who worked at a title company, and she told me there was a guy across town in another county, whatever, who was selling a lot more. She said something to the effect of, where she asked, goes, "You think you're a hotshot, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah, I do a little bit." You know? And then she told me about this fellow. And it was the middle of summertime, and she said he's already sold 80 houses this year. And that was in the middle of the summer. So now I was doing 30, 50 houses a year and pretty consistently. And I was getting paid double commissions. It was as if I was selling, 60 to 100 houses. I was feeling pretty good about myself. But this guy was selling 80 before the summer was out. So it made me rethink things. And I realized there must be a more efficient way to do it. So I studied it a lot. I really worked on it a lot, how to be more efficient with my time and not think so highly of myself so quickly. And long story short is, within a matter of a couple of years, I got my sales over 200. I got them over per year. I got them over 200 a year by being super effective on the phone and being efficient with the internet, using the internet wisely, marrying my online advertising with my offline advertising. So everything worked as one. And then I did hire an assistant. Actually, that's not true. I hired a couple of assistants at that point. So I had two people making outbound phone calls for me rather than me spending all the time on the initial phone call. And I was able to multiply my efforts several times. So my point being is that you need to create the machine to figure out what you want to do first, and then realize there's people out there who are kicking our butts. We may not know about them, but once we're told about them, we need to maybe absorb some of what they're doing and say, hey, if they're doing it this way, I bet I can do it that way or better. I was very, very shocked to find out that people could sell, let's face it, 160 to 200 homes a year. Never heard of such a thing. But once I had heard such a thing, I was able to do it once I knew it was possible. So it's all about being on the phone, staying on the phone, and not getting in your car, not driving around, not answering everybody's alarm bells when they have a false emergency, and using your time effectively. So the phone is your favorite, or my favorite tool, and it should be yours as well. So, the most productive agents right now, even in today's world, are still spending 2 hours a day on the phone, connecting with home buyers and sellers, and reconnecting and keeping everybody on top of what they're doing. Not living and dying by text. Texts are great for small, little check-ins or something, but you need to make sure you're speaking to people, person to person, making that connection. And that's all done via the telephone. So that's what this whole series is about. So keep rolling, and good luck out there.